What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age 2. So, last episode, we took care of something for Knight Commander Meredith. We managed to hunt down all the escaped mages. Two of them, unfortunately, fell to blood magic. One of them was just a horny teenage kid. Well, we sent him back on his way to the circle and got his life spared. After that, we came back to the Hawke estate. We got some messages. We need to not only go visit King Alistair, apparently he's here, but we also got to go talk to Aveline and Varric. So we'll start with Varric because Alistair is in the Viscount's Keep, which is exactly where Aveline is. So if we go Varric first, then we could just head on back to Aveline and Alistair after. So let's go talk to Varric and see what we can do for him. Apparently he's dealing with a small problem. I guess we'll see how small it ends up being. What's going on, Varric?
Got a minute, Hawke?
Always.
I know this is ancient history, but remember that Hightown house Bartrand barricaded himself in? Bartrand doesn't exactly need the place now that he's in the sanitarium. I've been trying to sell it.
Well, you had him committed.
I assume there's not much interest in it.
No. There's a really small number of
Maybe that's
people
better
who
for
own
you
expensive
personally
blood-covered
than having him
houses in
killed.
Hightown.
I would rather be killed than
I
be
found a
committed like
minor
that.
noble in Ravane who bought the place sight unseen. But now there's a problem. They say the place is haunted.
And here we have Dragon Age's regularly scheduled haunted house. There always is one.
Anyone who knew the house's history would attribute every noise in the night to ghosts.
I may have neglected to mention the mansion's colorful past to the buyer.
Yeah, scrub the floors and leave it off the list, huh?
Minor problems. Voices whispering in the walls, apparitions, things moving on their own. My hope is it's a relic Bartrand brought back from the deep roads. We smash it, and the haunting stops.
We can certainly look into it.
What happens if we do nothing?
Best case, they drag me before the Seneschal and accuse me of fraud. The worst case involves Antivan crows.
Let's not have you hunted down by the Antivan crows, shall we?
Can't you do this yourself?
Hawke, I'm a businessman. Now and then, I shoot people. I don't know anything about ghosts or magic. It's entirely possible that even if I find the thing that's causing the trouble, I won't be able to stop it on my own.
You already know I'll help you, man.
I'm not an expert on hauntings,
You
but
could
what
have
if
just told us
smashing
whose
something
car we
does
were
not
taking
make
and
the
where we were
problem go
going. I
away?
would have signed up.
That's where things get tricky. You come from a family with magic, Hawke. You must have experience dealing with the weird. I'm sure
Here and
you'll
there.
be able to figure something out that will help.
Alright, let's go.
Very well. We'll investigate the mansion. Again.
Thanks, Hawke. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Now, I'm sure I have to take you with me, so... Probably just gonna get another quick little run inside our party. Let's see. Go with Varric to Bartrand's Hightown Mansion. Indeed. We gotta speak to Meryl as well. And Aveline. Oh, they're starting to pile on the quest for us again. I think this is the end of Varric's quest, however. And so, I think that next one is likely the end of Meryl's too. Got Isabella out for Varric. You, of course, have a level up. Even those out. And what can we do for you, Varric? So that's stamina regeneration. We don't really need that. Ryman Triplet. Bianca breaks all the rules at the right time, adding 2 bolts to Ryman Triplet's deadly volley. This one is critical chance 100% burst stunned and stamina regeneration. Not so interested in that. Can we do anything here? Confusion, not really. What do we have here? Burst an arrow, shatter an arrow, and smoke an arrow. Obscure chance, 100% for all party members. So you could use that to obscure your own teammates. That's versus brittle. That's not going to do anything for us. Hail of arrows. Since we're not a nightmare, we can actually use hail of arrows. That will be kind of useful since we won't pepper our own people to death. So, right. Let us go check out this haunted house. And then we'll finish in Hightown, so we could just roll up to the Viscount's Keep, too, and talk to the other people. I think I might have to give Meryl her own episode for that quest. It can be a kind of a chunky one, and definitely a challenging one, so she might end up with her own affairs quest right there. We'll see. We'll see how much time we have when we get done with this stuff. I'm most likely going to get the bad ending, quote unquote, for Meryl's storyline, because I think it's important to show the dangers of messing with blood magic and why it's important that these relics and that kind of sense of magic is kept in check by something like the Templars. I think it's important to show that and make the point very obvious that that's required. Because you will not get a happy ending in anything if you don't have somebody safeguarding the world of magic like that.
Hey, is that music? Where is that coming from?
I don't hear anything.
I like this less and less by the minute.
I can't do that.
Are you Varric, and you?
That's not really my thing.
Anders is starting to lose his cool in the haunted house.
I guess the buyer wasn't kidding.
It's not supposed to do that, is it?
Yeah, I would have been left this place if I lived here.
Where is that voice coming from?
What voice?
Your voice. Because I sure as shit don't.
I can barely hear it. I wish I could make out the words.
Not going to happen.
Those are all locked up. We're obviously being guided here.
Is there a ghost? Would you stop that, please?
You say a ghost.
Look at this. My brother's junk was left here. You wouldn't know it, but Bartrand was a sentimentalist. This came from our estate in Orzammar. When I was 7, I knocked over one of Mother's plates and broke it. My brother yelled at me for an hour. This was made by the artisans of House Saldras. The clay was from the Adro-Setuna River, which never sees the sun. Arr!
And you know, for somebody who ended up in the highest possible position in the house and ended up being at the main seat at the table, it makes sense that he would care about things like that. I think the Codex explicitly said that his entire goal in life basically was trying to redeem House Tethras for getting kicked out of the Orzammar seat, so...
He was that upset over a dish.
It makes sense that he would be
I don't think
sentimental
it was
over
a dish to
things like that.
Bartrand. That stupid plate was the whole city of Orzammar to him.
Yeah, I think that follows. That's what he would care about. Spent most of his life trying to get his old station back.
There's no way the veil could be torn this badly.
This isn't being caused by some random artifact. The idol is still in the house, Hawke. It has to be.
I don't know how it would still be in the house. Unless he kept a chunk of it, because he sold the rest of it, right? And I know where the rest of it is, so I know it's not still here. Varric's been looking for who he sold it to for a while now.
I don't think I can do that.
Andraste's flaming knickers.
It's throwing pots at us now. Not touching. That's the way out.
Varric, is that what you've been hearing?
No.
Good. Then I'm not going crazy.
Yeah. Give it time, Anders.
I love doing that.
Varric's a little bit of a klepto, I guess. Well, here's Bartrand's actual room, so if he did keep the idol somewhere to be in here, right?
Are you real? You've got to get out of here before it comes back.
Where's the idol?
What idol?
Don't waste my time with your lies. Tell me where it is.
Before what comes back. Also, relax, Varric.
Take it easy, Varric. She's telling us what she can.
She's hiding something.
Yeah,
Hawke.
you're not like that.
Don't lie to me. I know it's here. You must have found it.
I swear, I don't know anything about an idol. Please. Maker, no! It's starting again!
Well, let's kill the shit out of whatever's causing this, Varric.
Uh-oh.
What is that? The ghost of a rock golem? back up from that attack. Stamina back for us. Damage. Buff up wholeheartedly for everything. Tough son of a bitch. Adrenaline. Damage buff. Berserk. Price. All that damage buffs up, and now they're all just gonna die. Very bad day for the enemies. I'm gonna max out my stamina for when Buddy Boy comes back into the fray. Death Blow should be about to take care of him in a second.
This is a piece of the idol. No, I should have known Bartrand would lie to me. Of course he'd keep a piece of the statue for himself. Think of what we could do with this.
And that's why Bartrand went insane, because he kept a piece. And you already see Varric not really quite acting like himself around it. He's already... Let's be very careful about this, Varric. You don't want to end up like your brother, and it's already affecting you, and it's been like 3 minutes.
Varric, you've been acting strangely since we arrived. I don't think you want to keep that shard.
I know you're just trying to look out for me, Hawke. But I can handle this. It's not the whole idol. It's just a sliver. I need this thing. 6 years of my life have gone into this.
And there we go again. This thing's magic seemed only more potent when broken.
The shard is my only hope of curing Bartrand. It's my only chance to set any of this right.
I'm not gonna let you do that, Varric. Bartrand is already cooked. I'm not gonna let you go down with him.
Listen to yourself, Varric. It's already controlling you. You have to let it go.
You're not listening, Hawke. I know I can handle this shard.
And I don't think you can. You're not acting like you already. It's been 10 seconds.
I'm worried, Varric. You're beginning to sound exactly like Bartrand.
Fine. I don't really want to argue about this anyway. Take it. It's your problem now. Maybe Enchantment Boy can dispose of the thing for you.
Enchantment
That was the
Boy.
right decision, Hawke. You've saved him great pain.
I would agree.
Let's go. I think I could use some
And
air.
I don't think there's any helping to be done with Bartrand, for the record. I don't think there's any Bartrand left to save. I guess would be the way I would explain that. I think that's too little too late. And I think Varric would end up in the exact same position if we tried to let him keep that right there. Hopefully he feels better with some distance from all that.
To the void with this. I can never remember what Mistress wants.
And now let's head up to the keep. Which, where am I? Where is the keep? Speaking of all this. That's it. Okay, so that's right. I got lost for a second there. I was trying to turn left. Thought I was at the other side of Hightown. Again's keep us up this ways. Haunted. So I gotta go see Sandal. We can dip back into our mansion whenever we like, though, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Go talk to King Alistair first. Actually, you know what? Where is our Hightown estate? Right there. Yeah, we are going to dip back into the thing first and finish Varric's quest, because I want Isabella in the party for when we go in there. Because I want as many companions as possible that have already met King Alistair, and Isabella is one of them. Anders would be the only other one, and he's already in the party, so that's fine. And if Sandal can do something about this, then he's real beefy. Nobody
Think you
else
can
has been
do
able to
something
do
with this, Sandal?
shit about this.
Is that lyrium? I've never seen anything like that.
It's dangerous. Varric suggested Sandal might be able to dispose of it.
I think my boy can do better than that.
Ooh, enchantment.
He gave us a primeval lyrium rune. A weapon rune that increases attack speed. Well, by how much, first of all? 38%. You already know. We will, of course, take the 38% attack speed buff. Without question. Alright, now, that's Varric done. We gotta talk to him for closure and an anniversary to wrap up his quest. But for now, we gotta go to the Viscount's Keep. So, Isabella, Merrill, and Anders. And then we can head on up here. We'll go hit the Hanged Man after the fact.
Let me guess. That's your final answer?
3 mages have fled to Ferelden, and you have intervened to protect them, as if it is your right to do so. What other answer did you expect, your majesty?
A maybe might have been nice.
Is that Tegan?
I do not deal in maybes. I deal in cold, hard facts, as should you. Perhaps when Ferelden next chooses a king, it will be one that takes his duty to the Maker seriously.
And don't talk shit to my friend like that.
Well, that was awkward.
You're doing fine, Alistair. You've never been one that's good at arguing, don't worry. Your station grants you the victory there regardless.
How do you do, Your Majesty?
I've been better. Manlier too, come to think of it.
This is the champion of Kirkwall.
Right, I'm Alistair. King of Ferelden. And this is Tegan, my uncle. Sort of.
That is Ban Tegan.
I'm actually Tegan. I'm only sort of his uncle.
Say, weren't you a Grey Warden once?
That's the rumor. Wait. Weren't you?
That's the rumor.
Huh. I guess we get around.
So, you're a king now. Moving up in the world.
Isabella, right? You look different.
Don't we all?
I was hoping we could talk. Would have been better timing.
That's a funny little
but I'm not picky.
a little voice line there, don't we all? Because everybody does look different, right? Anders looks different. Tegan, Alistair, Isabella is like race swapped in this game. That's a pretty funny line actually. And what also really amuses me about this conversation is please pay attention to the Templars in the background, just like butting in and the way they glance over every time certain statements get made. It's hilarious, man.
I'm surprised you would even know who I am.
I know you came here from Lothering, a
This
Ferelden
guy.
refugee that did well for himself, against all odds. I have to admit, I was hoping your influence in Kirkwall might be of use. Things haven't been going well with Orlais. Without a Viscount here, however, there's only the Knight Commander to deal with.
Templar is locked in at mention of the Knight Commander.
You were having an argument about mages.
Yes, well, apparently I don't feel the same way about mages as the Chantry does. So, we're in disagreement. That means they get nasty. They're like that.
Sounds like the Circle is better off in Ferelden.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Sadly, I don't control the Circle. I can only deal with mages outside the Circle, of which there aren't many.
Aren't they in your kingdom? Why not just kick the Templars out?
This guy.
Easier said than done.
Doesn't mean you
He's
should
like, excuse me?
We'll see what comes of it. Ferelden had a blight to contend with, remember? We're not exactly at our strongest.
A lot of your people fled to Kirkwall, you know.
I know. I wish I could have helped them.
You were a little busy.
The blight devastated the kingdom, and afterwards, well, it hasn't exactly been peaceful. They're welcome back, of course, as are you. But after so many years away, would you still consider it home?
Ferelden will always be my home.
Mine too.
I hope we see you back there someday. We could use someone like you, champion.
Yeah, I'll always be the commander of the Grey in Dragon Age, even when I'm playing different characters.
Is there to be a war, then?
I hope not.
You're more optimistic than I am.
Empress Celine is doing her best. Olay isn't the most stable place right now.
He's like, interesting.
What's happening in Olay?
The Templars getting all the
usual.
tea.
Attempted assassinations, uprising, fancy parties with stinky cheeses. Apparently, some Orlesians think it would be grand to get their lost province back.
Well, we won't let them swoop down on us, will we?
Swooping is
That's
bad.
right. Swooping is bad.
The references.
Do you really think there's something I can do?
Sadly, it may be too late. Meredith got wind of my arrival sooner than I'd hoped. What you can do is protect Kirkwall. It will take someone like you to keep it from falling apart.
You can totally become Viscount in this game, by the way. You see how that was one of the options there, as I could be Viscount. You can become Viscount of Kirkwall as Champion of Kirkwall. That is indeed possible. I just don't like... I would never become a politician.
Protect Kirkwall from what, exactly?
You ask me, the biggest threat to this city just walked out the door. But maybe that's the ex-Templar in me talking. Well, I suppose we should be getting back.
He's like, you can become ex-Templars?
The hero of Ferelden should be back in Denerim by now.
You're always so formal. He has a name, you know.
We do have a name. And I'm very happy to get myself name-dropped there as the hero of Ferelden. I'm glad we're still being discussed. I'm glad Alistair's assuming the mantle well enough, at least. I'm sure Nora's guiding hand is very hefty.
You have no Viscount. It's clear you're suffering without sufficient leadership.
That doesn't grant default authority to you or your commander.
It would be easier if you cooperated.
Wouldn't it?
Guard, Captain.
I am a big fan of Aveline. There's no way she'd let her men go into the arms of the Templars like that.
Yes. He's been
Cares too
hounding
much
me.
about them.
These Templars strut around as it is, but now it's just out of hand.
Knight Captain Cullen has heard some troubling things.
Such as?
That you coddle the men. Give special treatment.
Someone has dared. Who? Who accuses me of this?
I think it's more important to answer the accusation.
You think it's true?
I'm
I
asking.
think someone thinks it's true.
Then let me give them, and you, an answer. If they think I'm coddling anyone, it'll be my husband, Donnic. You and I will intercept his patrol tonight. Then you can see for yourself if I'm coddling him, or any in my command.
I don't have to see proof. I already believe you.
That's not the impression I got. You raised the doubt, so you get to play messenger. Donnic's patrol, Hawke. Me and you, tonight.
Fair enough.
Accuse me of being soft. Not in this lifetime.
I guess we'll be taking Aveline with us tonight then, so she's going to get a fair run in the party for once.
Hello again, champion.
Since I'd much sooner have the mages than Isabella, I guess Isabella is going to have to take a backseat here for our guard captain friend. You're going to have lots of leveling up to do too, aren't you? Yeah, indeed. So let's just crank your strength crazy. 32 should be fine. Put the rest into willpower for your activated. Should be about right. Shield bash is already up. Scatter is good. You can have safeguard. Shield wall is good. Don't need assault. Now, turn the blade is very good. Stonewall is decent. You want the passives, so we'll just grab all those. And then down here, you obviously already have the Taunt. You have Bravery, Threat Generation. Damage buff, you don't really need so much. I'm just going to go through this quickly. Right here, you have Immovable. Thick Skin. Knockdown resistance is fine for now. Actually, we will. We'll just get you. We'll just load her up with passives. We're not going to use her much. She's just here for, well, for her quest. Alright, so Ducks at night, favor and fall. And we will actually quickly dip into Abilene because I have some goodies for you. That's 33. And then Lord Bearing's wall is dramatically better than the current shield she has on too. So that should make her pretty chunky for us. Let's get Duke out. Now let's go chop some bandits to bits. I already know Aveline's not going soft and cuddling her people.
I know you wouldn't send him on a board.
She would never allow that.
Let's make this quick! Die, bastard!
Hi, boys.
Another way!
Before you start casting whatever you're about to cast.
Sir Hawke. Or is it always champion now? You're too much of a chameleon, my friend.
You made short work of this lot. This is common.
As common as I like. What's going on?
It's all right. Go ahead.
Every guard chooses the patrol they want. My wife promotes from the bold, not the reckless. Action is up, casualties are down. It is remarkable. As are you, love.
Thank you. That will do.
So if you feel good one day, you take a higher risk patrol. If you slept like shit or you're a little sick, you take a soft patrol. Then you make up the difference in the guard shifts.
Take that to the Templar.
Indeed. Let's go talk to Cut.
Yeah, I'd say that about covers the concerns. It's a pretty interesting way to do it, although I imagine it's it can leave the high risk shifts a little understaffed sometimes, right? Especially if the boys went out drinking last night on duty. Let's go talk to Colin.
I suppose you're just thrilled how the Knight Commander's basically...
Champion, and you are with the captain. None too happy about the accusations against her, I'm sure.
You say that again.
You could say that.
I saw no evidence to support the claims against her.
As I suspected.
Then why press this?
Some feel that the solution to the current crisis of leadership is to consolidate authority. As long as these complaints continue, baseless or not, they will serve as justification for eliminating the position of guard captain. It would be the simplest fix, whether or not I agree.
Perhaps I can reason with the people who are complaining about her.
If they meant to use reason, they would not be anonymous. But the complaints originate in Lowtown.
Guardsman Brennan is on that patrol. Why wouldn't she tell me of this?
I don't know, but I do apologize for the assumptions of this incident, Guard Captain. It has been unfortunate.
It's not done. To Lowtown, Hawke. I need to speak to Brennan.
I accept that. Let's go figure this out. Kirkwall is in a way better position with Aveline leading the guard. Everybody is safer, everybody is happier. The city is way better off, and I'm not going to have that loss due to some unfounded complaints from the shithole of the slums. So, let's go solve this together. We were just here, so we could have talked to Brennan the first time we were here if we had known.
Guardsman! Why did a Templar have to tell me there is unrest in this district? What's going on?
Guardsman?
It's Captain Jevon. I didn't report his return because I'm ashamed for him. He's trying to rile the guards against you. But none of us will follow him. You lead better than he ever did.
We've made so many enemies. I don't remember him as that impressive.
He deserves to be forgotten. He abused his position and blamed me when we caught him.
He's the one that called her a Ferelden bitch.
By some, but not once the truth was known.
We need to find him. Guardsman.
The guards will have nothing to do with him. So he found others. Militia. Mostly anti-Ferelden. The same kind who were against the Canary. I guess it's been long enough they've forgotten how many the champion killed.
A rally against the tyranny of the Guard and foreigners who infest Kirkwall.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Bumpy.
Return to the barracks.
Let's just go handle business.
The rally is in Darktown, Hawke. I need to be there.
And we'll both be there. I definitely got no problems taking care of retired Captain Jevon. Was always a scumbag anyways. I never liked the way that he operated. Good. Right off the bat, huh? In the Darktown. Idiots. The sewer passage is accessible now, but that's not actually where we're supposed to be going. Maybe I just always missed my opportunity to take that sewer passage. Down. Poor Jevon, isn't it? He gathered quite the group, didn't he?
Going to have to do some shopping upstairs pretty soon.
The champion? Here?
It's the captain. Are we ready for this?
Too long, brave Kirkwall. You did not throw off all others only to fall under Ferelden influence. Leaderless, displaced, alien hands on the most basic authority, foreign elite bleeding you.
Jevon, you disgrace yourself.
The Ferelden with the Orlesian name. Is there anyone else who so embodies how far this city has fallen?
You want to handle this, Aveline?
This one is all yours, Captain.
Do they know how you sacrificed your men? How you alone disgraced your name?
Bitch! You took everything from me!
You took it from yourself. The Guard know this, and none stand with you. He stands alone. This is no rebellion. It is delusion. A joke inflicted on Kirkwall, your home and mine.
I will not
Very well spoken.
Again.
No. You shall have less.
Let's take care of it right now. That's a big Godspeed on Captain Jevon. Well, seems to be deceased Captain Jevon. That's the end of his story.
You're pitiful! Give up now!
I'm big debuff. Okay, let me move. There we go.
You fool. Why would you do this? If I live to 100, I will never understand his kind. To the barracks, Hawke. My guardsmen will be waiting.
I suspect it's a good thing that you don't understand. That means you're better. Hands of Glory is for Rogue, so that'll be no good for us, unfortunately. That's a lot of our companions that are full circle now, like completely finished. I think there's Merrill to do, and we took care of Anders already. We're not going to be getting Fenris's and the other companions because we haven't used them enough to get their main quest. We finished Varric too. We just got to go to his wrap up. We're going to go wrap up Aveline's right now, so. Well on our way to being done. I think there's maybe like 5 episodes left for Dragon Age 2. So I guess Origins is going to be keeping its top spot for the longest series.
He seems nice.
Yes, he's very nice. Jevon, son of a bitch. You build a good thing, work your hardest, and the past just claws at you.
Jevon failed before he started. You know this.
I do, and he doomed himself. But it smears all of the Guard. I wonder what I would do if my captain lost my respect.
Captain, we're waiting for orders.
Will you accept them?
May I speak freely? There isn't a man or woman here who wouldn't follow you through the void. Captain.
That's good. You've earned that.
Take it. If you'll excuse me,
You've earned
Hawke,
it.
my guardsmen need me.
That's all you, Aveline. Nobody could do it any better, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so now we just got Varric to go talk to, and then we can wrap this one up too. Unfortunately, that did take too much time, so we're not going to be able to fit Merrill in, but honestly, it might be better that she gets her own episode. That's going to be a long one with a lot of consequences inside it, so it might be better that it worked out that way. Let us swing on by the Hanged Man. Chat to our little rogue friend.
Listen, Hawke. I don't know what came over me back there in Bartran's house. I'm glad you're watching my back.
You're good, man. I got you.
You had me worried there.
You never have to worry about me, Hawke. What are you having? Edwina, let's get a couple of drinks here. Hawke? This is awkward.
Whatever it is, I'll hear you out, Varric.
Maker, I hate it when you're reasonable. Call me a filthy nug licker once in a while, for pity's sake. Look, I just want to say, it has been an honor knowing you.
I feel the same way. You're a hell of a friend.
You're a good friend, Varric.
I know. It's hard to imagine what you'd do without me. You know, it's 6 years today. 6 years since I found you dragging your tail out of Bartran's office. Here's to whatever comes next.
Whatever comes next, my friend. Alright, so I guess, given that it's 37 minutes and Varric really didn't have as much to talk about as I thought he would, let's go start. No, we're not gonna start. We're just gonna go to a house and then that's where we'll wrap things up. This whole quest should have its own episode, so that's where I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out my Patreon in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age 2. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.